Hi guys. I know it's been like a week or so since I did an update, but um, I am 1 week post-op. Um, I went and saw my surgeon the other day, and I've seen my primary care doctor, and I'm still on liquids, so I'm on full liquids. And there's some cool stuff I've kind of been playing with that. Um, right now my stomach's not super sore. While they were in there, they fixed a hernia. Um, and so the hernia is what's sore. It's not actually like my stomach. Like my stomach's fine. But the hernia where they like sutured it back together, it's like all tight and sore. Um, so that still kind of hurts a little bit. I am able to, like roll over on my side for like 30 seconds. I can't like stay there. But it's nice because I do have some pre-existing back problems, and so a little bit of relief I get from just kind of rolling over is nice. Um, I'm doing okay with water. I've started my vitamin routine, and I'm like building up to it. So with the DS, I actually have to take a multivitamin with iron like first thing in the morning, wait 2 hours, and then I take calcium citrate 500 milligrams 4 times a day. Um, and I'm building up to it mainly because just all these chewable vitamins taste like butt. Like honestly, I would rather just swallow it. Um, they have these weird, funky, like metallic aftertaste. It's not doing it for me. But I am chilling with my cat in the recliner. Um, I do still need help, like sitting up, like out of bed in the morning. Luckily, my parents are awesome and hooked me up with an electric recliner, so I don't have to like to get out of the chair. So that's made it a little bit easier. It actually is easier to walk, and because everybody knows I have bad knees and a bad back after my visit to the hospital back in August. And walking's just been a real pain. But now it's fairly easy, and I'm a lot faster, and those kinds of things. I'm driving. So I did not drive to my surgeon's appointment on Tuesday, but I did drive to my primary care appointment yesterday. um, I think right now, this is going to sound really crazy, most of my pain is in my tailbone, and I think it's because I've lost all my cushion. Like I feel like all the weight I've lost has been in my butt. um, but anyway, so there's that. You can see the bajillion books on the side. Sorry. Um, but there's that. So I'm still in full liquids. I pulled out my Ninja. My mom got me a Ninja set like I don't know how many years ago, and I used to use it at the old house. And when we moved, I like packed it up. But I pulled it back out yesterday. Well, Hans pulled it back out yesterday, and I took some Progresso light soup. It was what was it? Potato, bacon, and cheddar or something. Micah. And I mixed it with some ricotta cheese just to kind of up the protein. You can add protein powder, and I added a little bit of milk just to water it down. Oh my god! So my biggest problem now is getting protein in because I am like sick of protein shakes. It's just the sweetness kills me. I'm done. Like I just don't want it. So I'm having to force myself to drink those. But the water and stuff's not a problem. Like I can take 3 or 4 good mouthfuls of water, and it's not a big deal for me. They have already put me on the anti gallstone medicine, and you have to be on that for 6 months because apparently, when you lose a whole bunch of weight, you run the risk of forming gallstones, and I don't want to have to, have my gallbladder out. So, there's that. Um, so I guess everybody wants a weight update. I weighed yesterday. So when I went into surgery that morning, they weighed me in at 396, um, which is like the lowest weight I was 5 years ago that I have on record was 396. And so When I weighed yesterday morning, I was 372. So that was 24 pounds in a week. um, so obviously it's doing something. So, but I don't, I've been checking my sugars. My sugars have been in the 80s. Last night it dropped down to like 79. I was like, all right, get a little testy here. Um, but most of the time they've been hovering around 80s. Um, I'm starting back on some of my other medicines. So, like my anxiety medicine, I was off of. And next week, I'll be starting back on my RA medicines. So, obviously, I had to get off those because they're immunosuppressive. And when you're recovering from major surgery, you don't want any infections or anything. Um, so, next Tuesday, I go back for my second round of Rituxan infusions. And I start back my methotrexate next week. So, the odd and end joint pain I feel, honestly, I think I'm not feeling joint pain because my body's so busy like healing. Um, Even my fingers, like my fingers are swollen, but they're not like they normally are. Um, I mean, they did give me Celebrex and Tylenol for pain, but I've only taken it like 1 or 2 days, and that was like right when I got home. Between that and the Gas X, it kind of helped me deal with a little bit of, it was more pressure pain. Um, I'm still on the Levinox, so I have another week of that, and that's a shot twice a day, so 12 hours apart, which is why I'm up so late. Because honestly, I would love to go to bed right now because I'm just tired. I'm tired of sitting here. I'm tired of making the same laps. Um, but I've got to stay up until 10 to take my shot. So, um, yeah, this has not been the easiest week for me, just with the healing. A lot of people, I didn't even know this until like the day of surgery. Apparently, it can make you have a period having the surgery. So, uh, I have a birth control implant and I have not had a period in like 7 years. And, you know, Monday night, I was like, what is that? Why is there, huh? And, I looked and I was like, oh, I was like, I don't even have anything. Like, I don't buy the stuff. I don't keep it in my house because like I didn't need it. And so I had to text my neighbor down the street and be like, "Hey, chick, you got some?" And Hans went and picked those up, and then of course, like I went to the store the next day and bought some stuff. But but yeah, so that was kind of annoying. So with that, and of course, my hormones are all screwed up. I've been so anxious and like the wrong word throws me off and I just get so irritated so easily. So um that's why I'm getting back on my anxiety meds, just to help me deal with some of those crazy, I guess you'd call them mood swings or hormones or whatever you want to call them. There is a couple of things I've noticed that are kind of downfalls. So besides the period, um the incisions are starting to itch. The glue is slowly starting to peel off of the incisions, like they're healing, and the glue is just like, I don't want to be here anymore. And so like it itches under the glue, so I can't even like scratch it even if I wanted to, which I guess is a good thing. Um, but like I know enough not to scratch it. It just really itches. The only problem is, like I said, that hernia, the stitches for the hernia are actually the only ones that are even close to being painful. And they're just tight and it doesn't feel good. Because they didn't do a hernia repair with mesh, they just put some quick stitches in there to hold it in place. Um, and I was like, bro, did we really have to do this? Like, we just, I don't know, have left it alone. It didn't hurt before. It was just soft and squishy and looked like I had, an alien from the movie Aliens popping out of my stomach. It's cool. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of how it's gone. Um, Mom and Dad went home Monday. They stayed, so they came up the day before my surgery, and they stayed until Monday. And mom did a lot of stuff like around the house. Like we had books stacked up on this shelf, like on the top shelf here, like stacked up like 3 feet tall. We had like 2 or 3 towers of leaning books. And so she went through and reorganized them down here. Um, I might not have a lot of money, but I darn sure have a lot of books. So there's that. None of my bras fit. Like, they just don't. Like, they're huge. They were already getting big before the surgery, and now there's just like no hope. I'm gonna have to start like stuffing my bras or something. Or I'm gonna have to go buy some sports bras just to fake it till I make it. Um, so there's that. And then, obviously my shirts are huge. Um, and lucky for me, the lymphedema that I had in my lower legs and feet has completely resolved. I still hook up to the little massaging machine a couple of times as needed just to help with some blood flow and help prevent some of those blood clots that we're all worried about after surgery. Um, but yeah, my feet are not swollen at all. Um, they're not, I mean, before, even if I was off of them all day, they were still swollen. Like I could barely put my flip flops on. I could never see the tops of the bones of my feet. It was horrible. And now, I can at least appreciate my skinny feet. um, but a lot of people don't know this. Apparently, lymphedema actually um, prevents hair regrowth. And so some other weird things I've discovered. I had not had hair on my lower legs for like 3 or 4 years. And so I hadn't had to shave. And as I've lost weight, the lymphedema's gotten better, but that means that the hair has come back. And so now I have to shave, or else I look like Chewbacca. So, um, anyway, fun things there. But yeah, so just you guys comment if you have any questions. I may, after I go this weekend, just kind of trying some different liquidy things, um, and do like a video on how I'm sorting it out throughout the day. I still haven't quite figured it out for myself, but when I do, I'll share. Promise. Right. You guys have a good night.